Good morning, AdvoCare. Welcome to our Saturday online training this morning. We're Larry and Kelly Prater from Indiana, and we are so excited and privileged to spend the next 30 minutes to an hour with you this morning just to get you trained up for this new pay period that we just kicked off on Wednesday. Wow, what an amazing pay period that we had just this last pay period. I think honestly it was probably a company-wide win for all. So many new exciting families, lives are being changed, and many of you on here this morning just reached the advisor level on Tuesday, and you're excited. And I'm assuming that someone shared this webinar with you, this training this morning, so that you could come on here and really get trained up and get ready to set your business on fire right away. So we're excited to kick this off. Just real quick before we do, want to introduce ourselves to you. We're Larry and Kelly Prater, like I said. We've been with AdvoCare now for just a little bit over 5 years. And this is just a quick snapshot of our journey. These are our 4 beautiful daughters. And my husband and I originally, he was in concrete construction and run and operated his family business. And I was an elementary school teacher for about 12 years. And we really were at a place when AdvoCare walked into our life where we had no hope. And someone was amazing enough to share AdvoCare and all that it had to offer to our family so that we could see a vision for more. And you can see there that, just much like so many others, our journey began with a small check of $19. But we did sell our way to advisor, which got us a quick win in the first month of $900. And our first full year in AdvoCare, we earned an extra $30,000. Now that was life-changing for us. We were $75,000 in debt, and that didn't include our mortgage when we were introduced to AdvoCare. So you can imagine what $30,000 did for our family. And that really just gave us so much vision for more for our future, more for our 4 beautiful daughters, and more for us as a family. And so we just began to plug forward after that first year, looking for more families to help, being teachable and coachable, and getting on online trainings or getting to trainings as much as we could so that we could really learn how to build AdvoCare for the future of our family. And as we did that, we continued to build. Our second year, we earned about $60,000, and that let Larry come home to our family from a 90-hour-a-week career, and our whole world shifted, which is really exciting. Year 3, we made about $265,000, which gave me an option to leave the teaching career and come home and be a work-from-home mom. And so this is our 3rd full year home with our 4 beautiful daughters. We're work-from-home parents. We absolutely love being parents of 4 daughters, and AdvoCare has just changed the course of the future of our lives. Now, we've obviously been able to pay off a lot of debt that we were struggling with 5 years ago, and we currently average about maybe $55,000 a month. And so what an amazing journey. It's almost surreal to the both of us to imagine that just 5 years ago, we had no hope, and today, everything is different because we said yes to AdvoCare. Of course, we obviously started on the products, much like many of you, because that's what we got excited about in the beginning, and that's what we could see is a chance to have some energy as very busy parents and career-driven. And then, of course, I was a mom of several children and wanted to lose baby weight. So you can see there that we had great product results. And that was really the start of our conviction in the journey. So I want to really jump in this morning with 3 focus points for all of you. And my husband is here to join us this morning too. So we're excited to partner in this and spend the next few minutes with you. But we want to talk about products first, really give you some word choices about products, how to talk about products, how to take products, get the results you're looking for. And then we're going to shift and transition into talking to people in general, not just about the products, but about really your story and where you're headed with AdvoCare so that you can bring more families along with you in this journey. And last but not least, we are so fired up to spend a few minutes to talk to you about how to build your business with our amazing $500 rookie bonus program. And attached to that, Larry and I have found in the last 5 years how powerful it can be to latch onto the AdvoCare incentive trips between each success school and how that has helped us to build our business in the last 5 years, not just with the rookie bonus, but also with the incentive trip. So we're going to end with that. So with that being said, let's get started. I want to talk to you about products first, because we were told very early in the beginning of our journey that if we could get really good at 3 things, then we could begin to have some success. First, we had to take the products. Obviously, you must take our products pretty consistently and love them and begin a story in order to have really success, because you can't talk about products if you're not on the products. And you can't share your heart and what you're excited about if you don't have a belief in the products. And then they said that we had to talk to people. So we didn't just get to keep this to ourselves, but we had to pay this forward to others. And so Larry's going to really just hone in there and show you and teach you how to talk to people, because he's a master at that, and that has taken us pretty far in our journey. And of course, last but not least, we were told to wear our colors, and that was just to be proud of what we represented, and we wanted other people to know how excited we were. So let's jump into the products. You know, the 24-day challenge, what a popular program. It's honestly really where most people start. It isn't the only way to start, of course. Anyone can start where they want, but the 24-day challenge is really just a way to maximize most goals people are looking to do. If they're looking to lose weight, have energy, maximize a workout, whether they're looking just to feel better, trim up, tone up, lean out, things like that, then the challenge is such a great on-ramp to their journey. And Larry and I are very adamant about helping people see the challenge as a starting point, because it does give you a baseline. It's not the end all, but it is just such a great way to begin your journey into the core products of AdvoCare. So what I'm going to do as I walk you through these products in this challenge today, I'm just going to give you some word choices about what I use to share them with other people so that they can really have a good understanding of what it is and what it's going to do for them. Because most people really say too much. And I want you to take the time really with a journal and a pen and write down some of these word choices that you hear me say, because it's less is always more. Most people just want to know how the products are going to make them feel. So make it real super simple for them to understand, and make it easy for yourself as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Spark is our #1 selling product. This is so easy to talk about. Obviously, I call it my mom juice because I'm a mom of 4, but it's 3 to 5 hours of mental focus. It's sugar-free, and it's low calorie. And most people love that. It tastes great, even better to talk about. The taste is phenomenal. But what it's going to do for them, it's going to make them feel awesome. That's so great to just say those simple things. Hey, 3 to 5 hours of mental focus, you're going to feel awesome. And that's what I tell people to try Spark. The Herbal Cleanse is a part of the first part of the 24-day challenge, and it is really going to help people rid of toxins. That's just an easy, it's a way to get a jump start. It's a way to get a reset for your body. And obviously, ridding of toxins is part of that process. And most people are a little bit timid about an herbal cleanse, and so I'm always really intentional about sharing with them how gentle our cleanse is and uneventful, just meaning that they are going to move waste, hopefully, but it's not going to be something that's going to interfere with their daily life. That's not the goal. It is a nutritional cleanse, and it's designed really just to get a good, healthy detox, and it's, a good, healthy reduction of inflammation. So that's awesome. And then part of the same 10 days, so we have Spark, we have Herbal Cleanse, and then we have Omegaplex. Omegaplex is a complement on this first 10 days for a lot of reasons. It's a part of our wellness line, but for the cleanse phase, it's trying to help your body flush fat. Now, omega-3 fatty acids, that's a fish oil. Most people can relate to that. This is a very high quality fish oil, omega-3 fatty acid, words like that. But it is actually going to help your body flush bad fats, because when we put in good fats, then in turn our body will flush bad fats. So that's pretty exciting. And this product alone is one of my favorites because it does so many things for the body. It's great for the hair and the nails and the skin. And oftentimes people just say, wow, I feel better when I take Omegaplex, because it really is attacking all of the cells in our body from head to toe and helping to repair those and reduce inflammation. So great product for the cleanse phase to complement. In the whole point of that is to really, like I said, reduce inflammation and to rid of toxins. So it's all happening. We're flushing fat. We're feeling amazing. All the while we're eating great healthy foods because we want to have a great cleanse. And then we can move into our max phase. Now, again, the max phase is days 11 through 24, and this is the powerhouse phase. This is the lifestyle phase of AdvoCare, and it's so important people understand that this is not the end of the journey. This is the lifestyle. So we have 3 different metabolic nutrition systems, and I'm going to just highlight all 3 quickly. But together and combined, just so you understand what the M&S is designed to do, it is to increase energy, it is to decrease cravings, and it is to fill nutritional gaps. Now you can see a ton of things here on the screen, and if it helps you to take a quick photo of these so that you can better understand them. But I'm telling you, I use super simple terms by explaining to people that we're looking to increase energy, decrease cravings, and fill nutritional gaps. Now, depending on your personal goals, that is how you choose which M&S that you will take. If you're looking to just feel better all over and really just get off to a great healthy start, the Max 3 is the great place to go. That's a great option for people. That's where I personally started and still today love that option. Now, a Max C, this is for an individual who desires a little bit more craving control, somebody who maybe struggles and does some grazing in the kitchen often, or snacks a lot, or just really cannot get their choices under control. This is the option for them. So Max C, by asking the right questions to somebody getting started, will help them choose the best box. And the last choice is Max E. Now this is designed for somebody who's looking for a maximum energy, sustainable all day long. And I know many people love this option who are just tired and struggling with that all day. And so this has that ability to really just make you feel full of energy from the minute you wake up until the minute that you go to bed. And so you're going to max out that energy section of what the 3 pieces of the M&S offer to you. So that, it's super simple to decide which one that your customer wants or what you want. You just have to know what are the things you're struggling with and what would best meet your goals. Now, alongside of that is our meal replacement shake. And some people will start this option in the first 10 days of the 24-day challenge, depending on what their current breakfast lifestyle looks like. So if they skip breakfast a lot or they make some pretty poor choices, you can recommend that they start on a meal replacement shake on days 1 through 10. And that's an optional add-on when you build your bundle on the microsite. But I'm telling you, these have been my absolute favorite from the beginning, and still over 5 years later, even when we travel, we bring our meal replacement shakes as our breakfast option, because I never really was a great breakfast choice eater. Either we skipped breakfast or we had some very high carb breakfast choices. And so here's some simple word choices. One, you want people to know that this is a perfectly balanced breakfast for them to really change their metabolic rate, because most people are coming to AdvoCare lacking their really ability to burn fat. That's really where they're lacking, and part of it is just nutrition. And so if we can give them a meal replacement shake, they're going to have a perfectly balanced meal. Now, the reason it's so perfectly balanced is because it's 24 grams of protein, and most people, especially women, are not getting enough protein eat all day long, let alone in their breakfast choice. So that's what I love, because I know I really struggled here to get the right amount of protein into my diet. So the meal replacement shakes have been so awesome for me. And so I love them every single day, still today. And just know that for people to know, this is a great replacement for a breakfast, and it will help them to begin to get the results that they're looking for because of the high quality protein. Now, also, there's a 1-to-1 balance with protein to carbohydrates, and that's what makes it a perfectly balanced meal. Low calorie. Sometimes I'll tell people this is the largest meal of the day you'll have, but it's the lowest calorie. And that's such an awesome description of this because you're getting so much protein packed in one simple meal, but yet the calories are so low. And so what a great choice on the 24-day challenge for breakfast. Choosing your flavor is really just a matter of preference. You can see there's tons of choices: chocolate mocha, vanilla berry, and then there's a vegetarian chocolate option as well. So just help people choose what is best and what flavor that they love. Again, remembering that this is an option for the first 10 days as well. Now, Catalyst is an add-on. So I just covered the 24-day challenge, but many people choose Catalyst in the beginning of their journey because it is our #1 add-on to the 24-day challenge program. I personally love this product. As a mom who started on products with a whole lot of baby weight to lose, that as I began my journey, I knew that there was a whole lot of extra skin that I wanted to eliminate. And so as I began to really get started on my product regimen and getting on a good nutritional diet, then adding in Catalyst helped me to lean out and tighten up everywhere, even after having a baby. And then I had another baby, my 4th daughter, later on in the journey, and I was able to lose all of that as well. So this is a great product for a couple reasons. One, if someone's just on a weight loss journey and they're looking to add some amino acids that will starve fat and feed muscle tissue, meaning the fat will go away and the muscle definition will come. But it's also great for exercise as well as a pre-workout headed into the gym so that it can support your muscles as you're in the gym working out. So knowing that it has really 2 benefits, that means that all people can take advantage of Catalyst, and I have watched it do amazing things for people. So make sure that you offer that as an add-on and show how powerful it is as people are beginning their journey, and if they want to add added benefits or faster results, then Catalyst is that great add. Okay, well, I'm going to transition here real quick because I want to just talk to you for a second about a couple things. One, when you get people on products, I'm not sure if you know this, but part of your job, part of the money that the customer spends on products is for coaching. And so if you personally are on products right now, then you should have someone who is coaching you through products. And if you're helping people get started on products, then you and maybe your leader who's helping you is helping you follow up with those customers as well. So it's really important that you create a system that you can follow up with all of these people that you help get started on products. There's a saying that's pretty powerful, and it is the fortune is in the follow-up. That just simply means that part of what makes AdvoCare unique is that we spend time coaching people, having a one-on-one conversation in person, over the phone, helping them to get the results that they're looking for. And these are just simple days, the first and second day follow-up call just to check in to see how they're doing. Day 5 and 7, really just to help them see a change in the regimen. Day 10, obviously, because they're going to start their days 11 through 24 the next day, and you want to make sure as they change their routine that you're doing some follow-up. But most importantly, just find a system that works for you so that you're not leaving people without any support, because the follow-up is so important in AdvoCare. So write that down. The fortune is in the follow-up, and really just create a system that works for you. Some love spreadsheets, some have a 3-ring binder that they track. Others use their phone or their iCalendar, things like that. Whatever works for you, you find a system, and then you get with the leader that's helping you. You really start following up with the people. Now, when you begin your journey with AdvoCare and you get started on the products and you begin to get results and you're looking to make some income here, typically this is the question that we ask people as they begin, and it is, who do you know? If you would like to earn some income with AdvoCare, then it begins with, who do you know? And this is when we begin to start generating a list of people that come to mind immediately that we would want to share this amazing product and amazing opportunity with. Who do you know? Who do you know right now that lacks energy? Who do you know that would love to lose 10 pounds? Who do you know that if they could find supplements that were as good or better and can get a discount on them, who would take advantage of that? Who do you know that $500 would change their family today a month? Can you imagine? I know that would have changed us, and that is really what got our attention. So who are the top 3 or 4 people in your life that that you think of right now that you'd like to go share AdvoCare with? And you're going to want to connect those top 3 or 4 people with the person who is helping you. And Larry's going to talk about that in just a minute. But then think about, why do they come to your mind? If you're thinking of Susie, your girlfriend at work, and you're thinking of her because she has about 50 pounds to lose, and she tells you that on a pretty regular basis, then that you're beginning to think about those things, obviously. So Susie would like to lose weight, and I'd love to share these products with her, and maybe along the way she would like to make some extra money too. So you've got to have an idea. So creating a list in your mind of who am I going to go talk to, and then obviously putting your mentor in front of them right now, N-O-W, not tomorrow, but now. And that's so powerful, because even the top 3 or 4, if they do not decide to do AdvoCare right now, the best part about it is that they know exactly what you're doing, and they're going to watch. And that's what we try to teach people. Who are the top 3 or 4 right now? Let's get in front of them. If they say no, that's absolutely okay, but they're going to watch, because I know those are the top 3 or 4 that you want in your business, but they may need a little bit of time to watch and see you have success. So then we're transitioning into making a physical list, right? We thought about this. Now we're going to actually write these people down. We're going to write down why we want to contact them. And this list is going to be ongoing really for your entire AdvoCare journey. As new people come into your life or into your mind, you're going to put them on a list. But let me just free you that most people that you contact about AdvoCare, especially doing it the right way, let's take a look at this. So 85% of the people you share AdvoCare with are going to say, you know what, let me try the products. That's a very typical response. And so these are the steps you're going to take. You're going to help them retail some products from you. Obviously, we talked about the follow-up and how powerful that is. And then we're going to help them see the discount program and possibly see the fact that they can grow their discount by sharing it with others and possibly looking at it as a business. So that's where 85% of the people take their journey. Actually, as much as we needed the income, this is the journey we took. We started on the products. We fell in love with Spark. We began, someone followed up. We signed up for a discount, began a 24-day challenge. Immediately knew we wanted to be on these products forever, so we grew to advisor in about a week, which is really exciting. And then very quickly, once we saw the vision of AdvoCare in a bigger event, we began to become a business builder. And that's typical. Now, 15% of the people that you share AdvoCare with, so a smaller percentage, but some do, they buy in. They buy in immediately to you, to your vision, to your excitement, to your story. People that are close to you trust you, and they want to come with you and be a part of it with you. People that know your character, people that really just know your track record. And that's awesome. Some of us come to AdvoCare with a little better influence than others. And so we just have to be patient with the process and knowing that more people are just going to get started. And if you will follow up in such a way that people love our products and get results, you will grow an amazing AdvoCare business. Now, as you begin to talk to people, it's really important that you don't get out there and begin maybe overselling AdvoCare, for lack of a better word. Many of us are just really excited. We're excited because we're either getting results, we've been to an event, we got to advisor, and we have all this product sitting in our house, and we feel this overwhelming pressure to get out there and to sell. And that's typical. That thought process is normal. But what we really want to do this morning is to give you a different perspective. How about I give you the perspective that we're not ever going to sell anything with AdvoCare. We're simply going to share our story. Sharing is a much more comfortable word than selling. So if we're going to share AdvoCare with people, and we do that by sharing our story, then there is definitely a way that you'll have the most success when it's packaged and not just dump trucking or overloading on people. So this is a great way to keep your story nice and packaged with 4 bullet points. 1, here's where I was. okay? And that just means, where was your life when AdvoCare showed up? And for us, we were $75,000 in debt, living paycheck to paycheck. We were both working a ton of hours at work, and we really weren't seeing each other as a family, and I was raising our children alone. And so that's where we were. What I saw was two families who had gotten phenomenal results on the products, and were two families that were work from home. And that fired me up, because as a mom who never, ever, ever saw her husband, I had never seen or heard of anything like that. So that's what I saw. What happened was, I got on the products. I lost 10 pounds and 11 inches in 24 days. I went on to lose 35 pounds in 90 days, went from a size 10 to a 2. And my husband lost 35 pounds. So we were fired up. We went straight to Advisor in 7 days, and we began to work this. We sold our Advisor order, made $900 in our first month, made $30,000 our first year. We doubled that and made 60. We doubled, more than tripled that, made 260. Our fourth year, we made over $400,000, and last year we made well over $500,000 with AdvoCare. And that is literally what happened. And we've been able to keep our, product results through that entire journey, which is just awesome. Now, where we're going, this is the point that most people leave off, and that is because they're typically sharing vision. And that's new for so many people when they join AdvoCare. They're not sure what that means to tell people where they're going, but this is where you're going to catch the most attention when you're sharing your story, because people want to attach to someone who knows where they're going. And so where we're going is, today for Larry and I, we are looking for 3 to 5 families that we can go help make an extra $1,000 a month. That's where we're headed right now. We've achieved a lot of our goals, but for your story, I don't know where you were or what's going on in your life right now, but it has to be quick, and this should be a matter of 2 minutes, and that's it. Now, again, here we go, 2 minutes. Cutting out unnecessaries. If it's not necessary to say, it's necessary not to say it. That's so powerful. We probably don't need to be talking about everything that happened on your product journey, and how many people said yes or no, or how long it took you to reach a certain level, or, it's just not necessary to share details that are not. And this is the place where, when you get off this webinar, I'd love for you to practice packaging your story and get back with the leader who's helping you, and have them help you cut out some fluff, some extra that's unnecessary. So think of these things. How fast did it take you to get to Advisor? What was your first check? What was your first month? What is your current monthly? Like, what did you make last month I earned? Or maybe, in the last 3 months I've earned so far. And then, of course, we want to talk about, when we talk about where we're going, we use words like, our plan is to make X amount of money, or our plan is to pay off X amount of debt. That's helping you share vision. All right, some last couple points to get you ready. Just know that when you're out there sharing your story and being excited, we typically, see 5 to 6 units of conviction before someone takes action. If you've shared AdvoCare with somebody already and they haven't said yes, that's okay, because they need to see it a few times before they really begin to take action. Now, that's typical. Some will go quickly. Some may even need more than that, or more time to do that. If you can get people on product, now you're in their life. That's such a powerful nugget. So getting people to try our products and coaching them, that is how you're going to begin to build a relationship with them and help them to see more for their family and their future, even if it's just a product journey, which is awesome. And then, this is great, over time, your belief can over-trump someone's skepticism. That just means, like I said earlier, if you have some people that you share AdvoCare with, maybe your top 3 or 4, and they say no, that's okay, because they're going to watch you grow, watch your belief, and over time, they're going to come along beside you and join you in this journey. So get yourself in a great position. Where are you at? If you want to do AdvoCare, if this is something you want to pursue for your family, for your future, are you in a great position to lead people? Would someone follow you? What are you doing with your life right now that you're able to attract people to listen to what's happening in your life and why you're excited? It says eliminate every possible variable so people won't say no. Just keep in mind, why are people saying no to you if they are, or if they're not saying no, then you're in a good position, which is great. Sometimes people aren't seeing or hearing Advocare because they can't see past you. Remember that if you're going to begin a journey in a business of nutrition and health, then everything that you do matters, because people are watching every decision that you make. So if you're trying to share an opportunity for health and wellness and for a lifestyle that people are attracted to, then your behavior in everyday life must begin to match up with that. And sometimes that can take time for people, but we challenge you to really take a look at yourself and get yourself in a great position to join, for them to join you, so that you too can have success. And I mean, what would I need to do what would I need to do to become in order to make a six-figure income? Now, boy, has that been a journey for us to really get in that place. And we're super grateful and humbled to say that that is an income that we currently have. But if you knew the intentional effort that we have taken in the last 5.5 years to really change everything about us so that we could lead people to their destiny, but I'll tell you, it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. So, all right, with that, I'm going to turn this over to my amazing husband. I can't wait for you guys to spend some time with him, because he is a master at recruiting people and sharing with them what's in it for them. And so he's going to jump in here. So get your pens ready, your journals ready, because this is going to be probably a one-of-a-kind training for you to get here this morning. So, Larry, take it away.
Awesome. Good morning, guys. And as Kelly was just talking about products, I was sitting here thinking about our 5 to 6 top business builders that we have in our team, and each one of those, all 6 of them, took more than 90 days on products before they committed to the business. And that was the follow-up, that was helping them, that was coaching them, that was also packaging their story when they would go share it with other people. I have a couple that they made $200 and then they made $800. They didn't even know what they were doing. But by day 90, I was able to repackage their story because they lost 40 pounds. They made over $800. And what would you want to do, and how would you want to help a family be able to do that? And so just being able to, really stay focused with them through their journey, the 90 days on products, coaching, being able to help them repackage their story. And, just what Kelly said before, making a 6-figure income, I can tell you from my perspective, it was personal growth. I'm gonna help you understand this, but my journey was that I was an alcoholic for over 14 years. So perspective of people, what they saw when I was trying to bring a nutritional product to them, after being in those elements of a large business, running a large business, having 22 employees, I had to be very creative when I was recruiting, because my circle of influence was not really going to go with me on nutrition at that time, even though I played college football. But the great thing, I was able to go back to some of my high school friends, my college friends, because, just through life, they might have been able to go through the same things. And so what I want to talk to you about is just some perspectives on creative recruiting. It starts with simple fundamentals. Who do you know? I mean, this is something that, as an athlete, you have to understand this one thing. And if you get up to bat, baseball, softball, it doesn't matter, because we've got men and women on here. Baseball, softball. If you get up to bat, you are going to be successful if you hit 3 out of 10 times. And so just being able to put this list together, energy, weight management, wellness, opportunity, if they have a family, if they have friends, well, go on Facebook and look how many friends they've got on Facebook. If they have coworkers, whoever has jobs, if they go to church, if they go to the gym, you're putting all this down, because so many of this, this process refers to your influence and the people that you're around. And just remember, your list never ends. Develop new hobbies. For me, I never was a gym goer because I, first played college football, but after that ran a business. So go get a gym membership. If you're a woman on here, go get yourself in a mom's club. I know we have a friend of ours that moved out to Colorado, and that's the first thing that she did because her husband travels with the Army. She got involved into a mom's group. Get involved in fitness classes. You know, for me, I didn't like to really run. And so I got involved into a spin class and was able to recruit a couple people because I was blowing their socks off after taking some O2 Gold. And so get into a fitness class. You know, be able to pitch yourself around, you know, when you're thinking about recruiting. Also, where can I find more people? Well, I have so many people tell me that they run out of people. Well, Charlie Regis's warm market list has over 300 people. You've got, you know, your dog groomer, your dental hygienist, you got your doctor, your lawyer, the list goes on, and you can find all this on workwithchampions.com underneath the resources. And so a lot of this can be found right there. Think outside the box, be a noticer, start the conversations. I do that a lot in grocery stores. Just, hey, how you doing? You know, and you just have to get yourself comfortable with that because we are a relationship business. And people want people to be nice. They want people to smile. You know, it might not be that you share AdvoCare, but if you are wearing your collars and you smile at someone, and all of a sudden when they see you the next time, they might start the conversation. You know, the nutritional area in the stores, go there. Ask someone, hey, are you on a weight loss journey? Or, hey, are you looking to get healthy? Let me share something with you. The diet aisle in the bookstore, I was able to, you know, just cruise through there. We're buying a lot of leadership books for our team. Make sure you pick in the diet aisle. I mean, if you've never been in it, it's a whole row of Borders books, and you can go anywhere and see that. Personal message on Facebook, not just blast it on your face wall, but look at the people and watch them and see, you know, what they're doing and what they're struggling with. I can get on my Facebook right now. I can find 5 people that's complaining about something. You know, weight loss, energy, you know, going to work. And so you have to just understand, you have to be creative when you're recruiting. The second part of that I want to really talk about is, are you struggling to recruit? Are you saying too much? Just like Kelly said before, are you not really packaging your story? And here's something that most people will not do, and I encourage you to do it. Don't allow yourself, don't put a limit on yourself. And it's easy and it doesn't cost anything, is that write your 30-second story, write your 2-minute story, call the person that you got involved and say, hey, I'm going to practice. Yeah, it might feel goofy, but guess what? Here's what I want to share with you, because I think this is the most important part, is that we all listen to music. And all those musics and all those songs that's playing on the radio, those people are making millions of dollars, and it's the same exact song that's being sung, being downloaded. So make up your own song, your 30-second story, your 2-minute story. If you master that, Kelly and I are still saying, my buddy got on products, he gained 17 pounds, his wife lost 35 pounds in 9 weeks. We got jacked up about products. My wife got on products, she lost 35 pounds in 90 days, went from a size 10 to a 2. You know, I mean, we master that story and we just tell it all the time. And so going into that, just remember, your CD, your song can go wherever you want it to go. It can go, you know, individual, it can go platinum. You get to choose if you package your story, and that's going to help you recruit people. The next thing I think is very important when you're just asking questions, you know, challenge yourself. Don't talk about AdvoCare at the beginning. Talk about family, occupation, recreation. And the message, you're going to tailor it around what your message is to how to integrate AdvoCare. Ask them about their family. Hey, how you been doing? How's your kid doing? Hey, I saw that you guys had another child. How is it with 3 now? Occupation, how many hours you working? What have they got you doing? What time do you get home to see your kids? That's very important. What time do you get home to see your kids? Recreation, what do they like to do that they're not getting to do? And then tailor that message that, you know what, hey, I got involved in AdvoCare, and I'm going to explain it to you, but man, the time freedom that I've been able to have, I've been getting home at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, seeing my kids. Whatever your story is, you tailor that message. And again, get with the person that got you involved, master this form, because as an athlete, form matters. In every little, you know, thing that we do with our form and our speed and our agility, that all goes into how we master recruiting. So another thing that I really think it's important is how people perceive you. Again, like I told you, for me personally, I had to stop drinking alcohol. I couldn't integrate that because I was looking to change my life. I was looking to do something different. So many people tell me that they want $1,000 to $2,000 a month, but then they're posting things on Facebook. Now, nothing against Facebook, social media, but don't share AdvoCare and expect people to see you different if you're not willing to change. And I think that's very important. AdvoCare is different. It's going to build leaders. It's going to help you and forever change the direction of your life. And you just have to know other people are watching. See, my 3 business builders that said no to me for 2 years, they watch me. I've got one that's a Ruby, and I've got 2 of them that's on the verge of hitting silver and gold right now. They said no for 2 years, and they just came around. One of my football coaches in college, he's been watching for 5 years, and he just got started in AdvoCare with me. My little brother did his very first challenge in January. We've been doing AdvoCare for 5 years, so understand people are going to watch you. The perception has to match with what you're saying. So that's a big nugget. How to package your story and master it. I kind of already went over that. The passion. Passion will always overweigh skill. And my wife's always said that for me. I get my words fumbled up, but this has radically changed my life, and I've watched it change thousands of other lives. But what I can do is I can put in an Impact magazine. I can make that magazine come to life. Package those stories that that magazine, know that DVD, watch that DVD over and over. When you're with someone that reminds you of someone on the DVD, pop it out, put it in, and say, man, this story reminds me of you. Also, your mentors, your people that's helping you, seek wisdom from them. But here's something I really want to share with you. I think it's a very, very, very important, is knowing your lineage. And let me understand that, because it's on the far right side. And just understand, this is an example. But if this is you at the bottom, you're on track. You have to know who is above you and who's working AdvoCare. If they're not working AdvoCare and you're more involved with the person above them, then you have to know the different steps in helping share their story. Where I've got a guy above me, I still use somebody when I recruit people. I still put people on 2-on-1s. I still put people on 3-way calls. And you have to know their product story, and you have to know their income story, depending on which one you're talking about. Because people want to be led, but they want to know if it's working and if you're having fun. I always said that they want to really know 3 things. Is it legit? Is it working for you, and are you having fun? And people will get involved because you answer those 3 things with passion. And so here's one more thing, and this is also workwithchampions.com. It's on the resources, but it kind of helps you understand a one-on-one conversation. It's the steps and process to recruit a person into your business. It's the success system. And so really, these are simple words. And one thing that I really want to show on this is getting the appointment. You have to just say, you know what? You have to hear it how I heard it, and I want to put you on the phone with my friend. Most people think that's goofy, and it's amazing when I stand up in front of a room in a training, I ask the room, how many people know how to do a 3-way phone call? And it's like 5% of the room. And you have to understand, that's another thing. It doesn't cost you, it doesn't pay you necessarily, but you've got to call the person that's helping you, and you've got to understand how to do a 3-way phone call, and it has to be down to the wire of exactly how you do it, because you're going to put people on the phone with your person, and you want them to hear how you heard it. So that's very important, because you plus your prospect plus your distributor, that's very good. But you and your prospect is going to equal frustration very quickly. I promise you. I've been there, done that. And so here's some of the things that most people need to be sharing out there. 90% need to be sharing an emotional message. My friend paid off over $20,000 in debt their first year, and now they make steadily $5,000 per month. That's you're bringing the strength. See, a factual message is AdvoCare is awesome, or AdvoCare was founded in 1993. People don't want to know that. They want to know, is it working? And are you helping people? Are you making money? After 5 years, we have the potential of earning a two-week paycheck, even if we decide to retire from the business. I mean, that's something that you have to understand, that AdvoCare is a residual-based income. And if you're helping people understand that they can earn income and you can pay this forward, but message that you never want to share. AdvoCare is awesome. AdvoCare is a great product. You should check it out sometime. Hey, you should try to come to my mixer next week. And if you can't, that's okay. No, this is the biggest event ever, and I'm asking you to come and hear my friend, because I want you to hear it how I heard it. So it's just you being able to alter those messages. And so here, too many people spend too much time looking for or waiting for people to help them, and not enough time for looking for someone to help. That's so key. You know, you can plant a lot of seeds. See, the field has to be planted with seeds for it to grow. And if it doesn't grow, you can't harvest. So you have to plant a lot of seeds. Practice your story, plant the seeds, and then you got to get them to however you and your friend that got you involved can meet with them. But plant the seeds, and don't wait around for someone to help you. Go get this thing done, because AdvoCare is on the move. And then ingredients don't sell. The business sells. They want to know, does it work? They don't really care what's in it. You just need to know, you know what, it's being used in NFL and Olympic athletes, and I take it and it works. There's never been a known case for it to fail. And so I want to get you started on products, and of course, make them feel comfortable, but also you don't need to be talking about a whole lot of ingredients. And then you have to listen 80% of the time and speak 20. I know that's very hard, but you're gonna hear something that you can hone into about AdvoCare, and that's when AdvoCare becomes real, is when you're listening to 80%, just like a young girl, 19 years old. I was just listening to her story. She's raising her 6 brothers and sisters. Her mom has a disability, and she has 3 jobs and going to college, and one of her sisters can't walk. And so when I was listening to that, and she got excited about placing an advisor order, you know, I have to say something. I have to jump in, and I have to say, you know what, I'm not going to pitch you at risk, but we're going to get you to advisor, and we're going to help you make an extra $1,700 your first month. I put her a plan together, but I listened first. And so most of all, building relationships and trust is the key fact. People have to trust you before they really get going with you. And so here's something I want to share with you, just to, kind of go over things. Here's where most people miss, helping people get started on products. This is kind of like a daily method of operation. And if you're not talking to 10 new people per day, especially if you want to build a business, then we've got to sit down and put your list together. And if you're not sharing at least $100 to $134 of products or more per day, then we've got to help you understand getting product in people's body. I've said this for a long time, and I'm going to say it today because I think it's very important on a training. We're so privileged to be on here, but people want to know how I recruit so much. I put product in people's body. I sample products. If it's Spark and M&S, if it's Thermo Plus and Spark, if it's Catalyst and Spark, they want to be able to put it in their mouth and see how it feels. And if you do that, then you're going to be selling $100 worth of products, and you're going to be working people from retail, wholesale customer to distributor. And you should average about 500 retail per week. If you add that up, a 40% profit, you're making, a couple $100. And that's, $400 or $500 a month. You have to get people to, be able to do one-on-ones. You have to help people get to 2-on-1 appointment. That's you and a friend. For me, I was very good at getting an appointment, but I worked 90 hours a week. So my buddy, Art, I would set the appointment, connect them on a 3-way. They would meet for lunch. I was very strategic, and you can get very strategic with the person that's helping you too. And three-way calls is very important. And so let me just go over this one more time, is because I really think people don't have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, your plan is going to fail. And so establishing a daily method of operation is very key. And so I really think you have three jobs at Advocare. When you become involved and you become intentional and you become very strategic in what you want to build, and I think these are the three major jobs that you have. Help people reach the advisor level because you're getting them the best discount and being opened up to get paid 5 ways. You're helping people earn a rookie bonus, which is an extra $500 to $1,700 in their first month. You're helping people get to 3-star gold or ruby. That's an extra $30,000 to $80,000 a year. Now we call this the 3 or 4G network because that's what you want to have. You want to have service. You want to have at the ready, and just getting started. So get started, get to advisor, get a rookie bonus, and get the 3-star gold is your 4G network. So understand that. One thing I'll share with you before I go into the rookie bonus is my friend down in Dallas, Texas once told me, said, we've been unwrapping the gifts for too many people. And at Christmas, you have to understand that you would be very upset if you went to Christmas and someone else unwrapped your gifts. And so let people unwrap Advocare for themselves, because if you do, they're going to be so fired up and so thankful that you allowed them to open it up and see it for themselves. But I think this goes into what Kelly's going to talk to here in a few minutes, is the rookie bonus. Helping get someone to advisor is the key, but helping them recruit 3 people that equal at least 3,000. Now, we've seen averages on our team that most people are recruiting from 3 to 7 people and being able to accumulate well over 3,000. So they're just getting person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're getting a $200 to $500 order. That gets enough volume for 3,000. And what that does is that shows that person that they're going to make about $700 profit with their advisor order, $300 commission or so, and a $500 rookie bonus. If you can put a plan together for someone, this is very important. And I want to share this with you because I think this is very important to go in, because this is how we built our business, is through rookie bonuses and really the trips. And so let me share you this perspective. $2.2 million was paid out last year in rookie bonuses. But let me give you a perspective on our team, and I think it's pretty nationwide. So if you're on this call, you can ask your leader. We have about 102 people that's in qualification for a rookie bonus this pay period. So if 102 would all get their rookie bonus this pay period, that's 51,000. If we would average 102 for the next 24 pay periods, that's about 1.2 million. But see, we're leaving a lot of that on the table. We're just giving that money back, and we're not even taking advantage of 1.2 million. And so when you're thinking about what the potential, because each person you start, they have a potential of getting $500. And don't, this is where most people go wrong, is don't treat this as they're going to do the business. You're just helping them get $500 of free money, and show them a plan that who is your top 3 people that you want to get healthy. Let's get you 4 healthy, and we're going to put about $1,500, which is going to pay for all your products. You're going to have about 6 months worth of products. So it's just word choices, and the person that got you on this webinar can help you. But I'm just super excited. I know my wife's excited, but this next trip, you can see how many trips that we've earned, is that we put a plan together, and these trips, they are absolutely what's building our business. So my lovely wife, Kelly Prater.
Yeah, wow. I hope you guys are excited and feel equipped, ready to go talk to new people, ways to get in front of people, and really just to go get some product in some people's body this pay period so that you can begin to build momentum. And so as we close out this training this morning, we just want to talk to you last about the trips that AdvoCare offers to everyone, to you, to me, to every distributor or advisor that wants to run for them and earn them. And I got to tell you, when we started our journey, Larry and I have always loved to travel. And so this was definitely a way that began to open up our vision. And someone shared a great way for us as a solution to still be able to travel. Because see, we did take a few little trips here and there prior to our journey with AdvoCare, but man, did it put us in debt. We just never had the money, and we would sometimes make the choice, and we would definitely pay for it later. And so this was a way, on top of everything else that AdvoCare was already going to do for us, that we could, as a family, travel as we desired. And a lot of times it was going to be on AdvoCare's dollar, which really excited us, because as we would really dive into the trips and find out what they were all about and where we would go, we got excited. And someone once told us early on that if you would hone in on how to run for the trips, that you would build your business in the process. So it would be a double win. We would build our business, grow our income, help our family, and in return, a reward would be to go on an all expenses paid trip for our family, or for Larry and I individually, which was just really exciting. And so I'll tell you, we started our journey, and we didn't earn the first couple of trips that we ran for, and it was really devastating to us, because we had our eyes on the trip every single time, and we were very strategic and specific about needing exactly what the trip required so that we could go, because we knew that if we would just know exactly how to run for the trip and we would put our focus there, that we were promised that the return would be the trip, and that the return would be that our business would grow. So we just trusted that in the beginning when we didn't know from others who went before us. And so we want to talk to you. There is a trip on the table right now. AdvoCare is offering a Caribbean adventure cruise. I mean, this is a 5-star all-inclusive trip that we've taken a couple of the cruises with AdvoCare, and they're really trips of a lifetime. We're going to get to see islands that Larry and I never thought possible. In fact, I believe one of the stops on this trip is a private island owned by someone who is allowing AdvoCare ship to dock and come on. That this is not open to the public, and so you personally couldn't get on this island and see it unless you're on the Caribbean adventure with AdvoCare. And so the stops are phenomenal. I challenge you to get on your website and just dive in and know exactly where you're headed and begin to set your goals on that. Now, real quick, if you want to go to the Caribbean adventure, then you need to know exactly how to get there. So the requirements are on your website. And so I just want you to take a look at those, and I want to point those out to you. Get on there and know exactly how to do it. This is a great picture made by an amazing leader, Crystal Thurber, who always shares these great visuals for all of us to use as a company, so that people can print this out and visually watch the volume on their boat grow. And so the minimum volume requirement to get on the trip is, let me jump back, is $26,000. You can see there from New Legs. So if you look at the boat here, in order to fill it up, you're looking to, since January the 7th of this year until August 4th, anybody that you recruit starting then until since January, and anything 3 levels deep, you can count all of that volume towards your trip. And there's a tracker on your website designed to help you track that as well. But this is a great visual, and we help our team just set their eyes on the boat and set their eyes on their dream vacation here. And the other key, obviously, is that you need to be signed up for Successful. So 2 things. One, we've got to get some new minimum volume of $26,000 in recruiting. And that is going to be you out there talking to people, just like Larry shared, putting yourself out there, packaging your story, sharing your excitement. And the other thing that you are required to do is to move a PIN level. So if you're currently an advisor, then we have to help you go hit silver. And if you're currently a 3-star gold distributor, then we got to go help you hit ruby. So it doesn't matter what level that you're at, you're looking to grow a PIN and you're looking to recruit 26,000 in new leg volume. Now, here is kind of how we're teaching our team over the last few weeks on a great way to begin to earn out this trip, because here's what Larry and I did. So we would leave Success School all excited about the brand new trip. You know, it didn't matter to us because once we went on one AdvoCare incentive trip, AdvoCare could have taken us anywhere, because so much about the trip is the people and how they challenged us to grow as a couple and as individuals while we were there. We knew we never wanted to miss those kind of opportunities again. But this is a visual. So we would leave Success School, and our goal every single new trip that was launched was to find 3 brand new business builders. So the top there is you, or it was us in that case, and we would go out and seek 3 brand new people that we would help get to advisor. And then we would help those 3 find an advisor, and then we would help those 3 find an advisor. Now, if you can go 3 wide and 3 deep and have that visual in your mind and make this beautiful block of business, one advisor order accumulates $3,000 in retail volume. So you can see here that if you have 9 people go to advisor times $3,000, that's $27,000 in volume. And that is what you need in order to fill your boat and to set your eyes on your dream vacation. And so this is great, but to match that up with our pay plan, in order to build out, like Larry said, the 3-star gold and Ruby, this is the picture of what our Ruby blueprint looks like. And so this is you, and you help 3 people get to advisor, and then you help those 3 people recruit 3 people to advisor, who then help 3 people recruit 3 to advisor. And obviously most of our businesses don't look this perfect, but just the visual of understanding how you can accumulate and build out this volume over time can also help you to reach that 3-star gold and Ruby level, and it definitely can get you in a position to be on your way to the Caribbean adventure. And when we have focused on 3 who help 3 between every single Success School, it has helped us to move our business in such a way that we were able to go from a brand new advisor to a diamond distributor in about 2.5 years. And that's a powerful, quick story, but we were very intentional. Between each Success School, we held ourselves accountable to 3 who helped 3 who helped 3. And that gave us 3 brand new star legs between each Success School and helped us then to build our business over time. So I hope that that gives you a great visual. Between now and August 4th, your goal is to find 3, get to advisor, help them each find 3. And that is just a powerful way to build this out. Larry, do you have anything else you want to add before we close this out with some photos of just some trips? And
yes, I want to go back real quick to this one right here. And if you understand this, all you're doing is helping someone make an extra $1,500 in their first 6 weeks in AdvoCare. And so if you take this model and you really hone in on helping people get a rookie bonus, and this, recruiting 3 people that accumulate $3,000 underneath that very first advisor, then when you look at this, all you're doing is accumulating a handful of people that want to see $1,500 for their first 6 weeks. And so when you start to lay this out and you go to this one, for example, this one is what Kelly and I, we really have to do this. We have to have around 117,000 in new volume. I know the tracker says 26,000, but we have just the level we are, we've got to accumulate around 117,000. So you have to understand we're being strategic, but all we're doing is helping people get healthy, make a little extra income, and then finding the business builders out of those people that are on our team and driving with them and getting their goals. And so just like these pictures here, these are some pictures that Kelly and I have been able to just, go around the country. When Charlie Regis says, I will walk the beaches of World with you, that's our slogan, that's our logo. And you can see some of our friends. We were at the Drew Brees Foundation with Drew Brees and some good friends of ours, Joe and Lindsay Harrison, that are 9-star emeralds on our team. And then you have Mandy and Andy Hosier at the very bottom that just went into platinum qualification. They've been doing AvoCare for 14 years. They're, great friends of ours. Our buddy TJ Howsky, that's in the top right-hand corner that we're jumping up. Him and Missy just went into diamond, or they just pinned diamond. And so you see the four-wheelers where we're with, Todd Barvel and Shannon Barvel and Jason and Ty Miller and Rich and Mia Finnegan. We're just riding the coast of Italy, and just being able to be around people that pour into you, like-minded people. This is what we get to do. And so this is just some of the pictures we want to show you and provide a vision and hope for you. And so at the end of the day, these webinars are for you to get plugged in on and get trained up. And so we thank you for this Saturday morning. We thank you for your